Okay, so let's set the scene. You've got this huge piece of machinery, maybe an excavator, or maybe your project car just decided it's done. It's a giant paperweight now. It's not going anywhere by itself, right? This is where things get tricky. We're diving deep into the world of heavy-duty transport, and we're focusing on a real hub for this stuff to see how it all works.
So you've got this excavator, this forklift, maybe a car that won't start. What do you do now? I mean, it sounds simple, doesn't it? Just call a tow truck. But nope. Anyone who's dealt with this in the Dandenong South area will tell you it's a whole different ballgame. This isn't like ordering an Uber. One little mistake, and you're talking about huge delays, potential damage to your expensive gear, and a big, big bill. So the real question is, how do you get it right?
To get a handle on just how big this challenge is, you just need to remember one number. That's it, 101. Yep, that is how many freight and transport companies are listed for just the Dandenong South area. 101. They're all out there wanting your business. You've got the huge players and the super specialized local guys. It's a lot. It's enough to make your head spin, right? So let's try and make some sense of it all.
All right, here's our game plan. First, we'll break down the big problem here. Then we'll check out the local transport landscape. We'll zoom in on specialized machinery towing, figure out how to pick a real pro, and then wrap it all up with the key things you absolutely need to remember.
So let's start with Dandenong's big moving problem. And really, what is the core challenge here? It's not that you can't find anyone to do the job, it's actually the complete opposite.
Okay, so a freight company. The definition's pretty straightforward. They move stuff from one place to another for money. Simple, right? Get it from point A to point B. But oh man, the devil is in the details. It's the what you're moving, how you're moving it, and this is the big one, how carefully you're moving it. That's where things get real complicated real fast.
So let's peel back the layers and see what's really going on in the local scene. Because let's be honest, not all transport companies are created equal. The crew that moves a few boxes is definitely not the one you want moving a 10-ton generator.
And this is just scratching the surface. The word transport in Dandenong can mean anything from refrigerated services to massive crane hires to taxi trucks that are on call 24/7. Each one of these is its own little world, its own specialty. And just when you think you've got it figured out, there's another player in the game, the freight forwarder. These guys are like the conductors of an orchestra. They don't own the trucks or the planes, but they're the ones making sure everything moves in harmony, organizing the whole shebang for you.
Okay, let's zoom in a bit. We're going to focus on one of the toughest gigs in the transport world. Moving heavy, awkward, and, really expensive machinery. This is where the pros are separated from the amateurs.
And here's the fundamental difference. See, general freight is a numbers game. It's about volume, speed, getting lots of stuff moved. But machinery towing, that is a whole other level. It's about precision. It's about safety. You're not just slinging a box. You're carefully moving a mission-critical asset that requires very specific gear and people who really know what they're doing.
This quote from the team at Towing just hits the nail on the head. Precision, expertise, and the right equipment. You can think of them as the three legs of a stool. If you're missing even one of those, the whole thing comes crashing down.
And the kind of stuff we're talking about? The list is long. You've got local pros like Elite Towing Dandenong and Desi Towmate moving everything from construction gear like excavators and bobcats to industrial powerhouses like generators and compressors. It's all got to move, and it's all got to move safely. All right, so the moment of truth. You've got over 100 choices and one very valuable piece of gear to move. How in the world do you pick the right one? Let's get practical and build a little checklist. Okay, we've boiled it down to 4 absolute must-dos. Step 1, confirm they can actually handle your stuff. Do they have the right truck, the right gear? Step 2, and this one is a deal breaker, verify their insurance. No insurance, no deal. Step 3, check their hours. Because guess what? Breakdowns don't care about business hours. And finally, number 4, demand a clear upfront quote. No nasty surprises.
And you know what's interesting? When you look at how these companies advertise, they're basically telling you the same thing. Look at this chart. It all comes down to experience, availability, and reputation. You've got Elite Towing talking about their 10-plus years in the game, multiple firms are shouting about their 24/7 service, and then you have companies like Oceanica Logistics, where their entire brand is built on having a rock-solid reputation.
But it's not just about the heavy lifting. This review from a real customer says it all. Communication. It seems so simple, but it's huge. Just knowing what's going on, getting an update on where your expensive thing is, that peace of mind is worth its weight in gold.
All right, let's bring it all home.
We've seen the maze of options, we've looked at the different players, and we've walked through how to choose. Now, let's put it all into a simple checklist you can use every single time.
So here it is, your 4 pillars of a good decision: specialization, insurance, communication, and availability. Before you sign anything or hand over any money, you need to have solid, confident answers for every single one of these. If you do, you're in a really good spot.
Because in the end, that's what this all boils down to, right? A single question. Who do you trust? That machinery, that car, whatever it is, it's valuable, it's important. And hopefully, now you have the tools you need to find a partner who has truly earned that trust.